let's go and watch the sermon that was plagiarized. Yeah, I think that's the correct word, that was plagiarized and preached at Oakwood University. Let's watch it.
Satan never shows up until you're on the verge of advancement.
Satan never shows up until you're on the verge of advancement.
History proves all of your advancements are preceded by attacks.
History proves that all of your advancements are preceded by attacks.
Therefore, if you're under attack, you might be close to your next advancement.
Therefore, if you're under attack, you just might be close to your next advancement. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying?
Genesis chapter 8. Noah and his family have to survive the flood.
Genesis chapter 8. Noah and his family have to survive the flood.
Everything has died.
Everything has died.
And they're the only ones left.
And they're the only ones left.
Lord instructs him to build this ark.
The Lord instructs Noah to build the ark.
They get in the ark. The Lord shuts the ark up.
They get in the ark. Lord shuts the ark up.
They on the ark for 110 days. Almost a year, actually. A year and 10 days. When the storm stops, they land on Mount Ararat.
They were in the ark for 370 days. When the storm stops, the Bible says they land on Mount Ararat.
They've been in a storm for a year and a half. When the storm stops, they land on a mountain.
I said they've been in a storm for over a year. When the storm stops, they land on a mountain.
The attack brought an advancement.
Because attack brings on advancement.
Genesis chapter 37 through 41 is the personality of Joseph, who all in a matter of 4 chapters has been cast into a pit, sold into slavery. He's been falsely accused of rape charges and thrown in jail. But by the time he comes out of jail, in Genesis 41 and 41, the Bible says because he interpreted Pharaoh's dreams, he gets called into the office of the hierarchy of Egypt, and now he's number 2 in charge over all of Egypt.
Genesis 37 to 41. Joseph, who in a matter of 4 chapters has been thrown in a pit, sold into slavery, been falsely accused of rape, and then thrown in jail. But by the time we get to Genesis 41, the Bible says because he interpreted Pharaoh's dreams, he gets called into the office of the hierarchy of Egypt. And now he's number 2 in charge of all of Egypt.
He got attacked before it started, but when the attack ended, he was in an advancement.
He got attacked when it started, but when the attack ended, he was in an advancement.
David is in 1 Samuel chapter 16. He is in his daddy's pasture. He only knows manure and sheep. But because of Goliath and Saul, by the time he got done fighting them, he was in the office as God's first king.
David, 1 Samuel chapter 16. He's in his daddy's pasture. He only knows manure and sheep. But because of Goliath and Saul, by the time he finished fighting them, he was in the office of the king.
Job lost all that he had. His children had died. His body had been afflicted by boils. But by the time we get to chapter 42, the Bible says, and God gave Job double, more than what he already had. Because where there is an attack, there is an advancement.
Job lost all he had. His children died. His body had been afflicted with boils. His wife told him to curse God. And by the time we get to chapter 42, the Bible says, and God gave Job double more than what he already had. Because where there is an attack, there is an advancement.
Satan only shows up when you're close to something great.
Satan sometimes only shows up when you're close to something great.
All right, friends, let's pause it right here. Many pastors today, do not find time to do research on the particular sermon that they want to preach. Many pastors today do not find time to pray and connect with God so they can get their messages from Him. However, what they do is to go online and pick sermons from anywhere they can find sermon and preach on the Sabbath. And preach on the Sabbath, friends, it is a big problem.